Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. I am on live a little earlier than normal. I usually like to go on in like the mid-afternoon and I try to be consistent with that, but today I'm on earlier because we've got plans later today that I can't change. So I am really excited today to talk about something with you that is important to me, and I think it's something that we're all looking for, and that is how do we discover or find or know our purpose in life. I think a lot of people are trying to find their purpose, and a lot of people don't necessarily feel like they're living it. And I will see comments and things, that people share with each other saying, I'm so glad that you found your purpose and you have found your passion. That's so cool. And a lot of people are still trying to find out what their purpose is. And the thing is if you're alive and you're here on earth, we all have a purpose. So thank you so much to everyone who's jumping on and watching this live. And if you're watching the rebroadcast, thank you also for spending your time to watch it. And don't forget that you can still comment, and I love to see the comments. And if you have any questions when you, as I'm speaking and there's something that you think of or an idea that you want to share, please feel free to do so, because that's the really cool thing about Facebook Live is that it allows us to interact in live time with one another. So I'm Kimberly Bealey, and founder of The Beauty Fit Mom, and today I'm talking about finding your purpose. So a few ways that we can find our purpose. I've got 5 tips for you, and if you feel like this is something that you've been struggling with, then grab a piece of paper and a pen and kind of take notes, because I hope that this will be helpful to you. So the first thing that you want to think about when you're trying to figure out your purpose is, what are you passionate about? What things do you feel like such joy and fulfillment from? Passion is something that you get excited about, you get excited to do. It's something that kind of comes naturally to you. And whether it were to be something you got paid for or you got praised for or not, it's something that you would continue doing. So for me, I am passionate about health and fitness, and I'm passionate about my family. And there's just things that it's like they make you who you are, and they get you excited and fired up, and you can't help but smile when you talk about it. And you get those butterflies kind of when you think about it, or when you get to live and do what it is that you're passionate about. So what is it that you're passionate about when in your life in general? And that will kind of give you a little bit of a clue to finding and discovering your purpose. And the next thing, these are all 5 tips, and they all start with P. So by the way, I'm kind of a word nerd and I like alliteration. So talking about purpose, I've got 5 P words to kind of help you find your purpose. But the next thing is prayer. And you may or may not be the praying type, but for me, when I'm really struggling and like, God, what is my purpose in life? Prayer is where I turn and I just kind of say, okay, God, I need that guidance, help me to find what it is that I'm doing and show me clues with what I'm supposed to be doing. Bring people into my life who I'm supposed to be building relationships with or learning from or helping. So prayer is another way that really kind of helps to give us guidance. And for you, it might be meditation, but that is something that you can turn to and just look for direction, look for guidance. Look, because God has a purpose for you, that's for sure. If you're still alive, your mission is not over, and we all have purpose here on earth. So prayer is a big thing. And the next thing is pain and struggle and suffering. Our purpose definitely has a lot to do with our pain and those experiences, those things in our life that have been hardships and struggles and trials and caused us so much pain. And I really truly believe that that pain has come to us for a reason. And it's not necessarily because you're being punished and it's like this is just the lot you've been given in life. That pain is there for you to serve a purpose, to serve other people. And I think if we don't take that pain and do something with it to help others, then we just kind of hold on to it and we bury it within, and we become bitter about it, and it just kind of festers, and it doesn't push us into a positive direction in our life. So for me, my pain has served huge purpose in my in my life and discovering what it is I'm here to do. And I can share a little story about that. I think one of the most painful things that I've gone through, especially in my adult life, right? Because we all have experiences as children, which definitely serve as lessons and ways for us to help others. But the most painful thing for me would be, and gosh, okay, so my oldest daughter's 3 years old, but prior to having our daughters, my husband and I struggled with infertility for around 3 years, maybe plus or minus a little over 3 years. And, you know, I just remember when you make that decision to have a child, you never expect that it's going to be a struggle, right? And all my friends are having babies and getting pregnant, and it's like, okay, this is the next step we're ready for, and it didn't happen. And month after month after month, it, you know, didn't happen. And it was no positive pregnancy tests, and it just never came. And then finally, that month came and I got a positive pregnancy test. And we had actually just been through 2 deaths in the family in the months prior to that positive pregnancy test, and a really hard time losing family members. And we thought, oh, this is it. Finally, here's that piece of joy, you know, that exciting thing that we've been hoping for. And 2 weeks later, I miscarried. And so it just was this journey of 3 years going on to where I, you know, we were trying to get pregnant, and I had multiple miscarriages, and it's very painful, especially when it's a dream or desire that you're wanting to see come to fruition, and it just doesn't. But through that pain, I have been able to help friends who have either been in my shoes or who are currently going through it. And I've been able to meet some amazing people who I would never have gotten to know if it wasn't hearing that little piece of their story that they're struggling with infertility also, or a friend who has recently suffered a miscarriage. I can turn that and say, I've been there too. And I can just give them encouragement and pour into them with what it is that I've experienced. So our pain allows us so much opportunity to serve others and to find out, you know, kind of what our calling is and how we can find that journey of fulfilling what we're passionate about and turn it into a way to just find our calling and our purpose in life. Another way that we find our purpose is through past experiences. So past jobs, everything that we go through in life serves a purpose, and it may just be for a season, right? So for me, I've had jobs where I was a waitress, a server in a restaurant. I was a hairstylist, and you know, still kind of am, though I'm mostly home and building a health and fitness business. But what I've learned from all of these jobs that I have been in is that I have a passion for serving other people and for encouraging other people. So I've also learned a lot about patience and had a lot of character building that's kind of, you know, it's these little pieces that fit in to kind of mold us and to turn us into who we are and to who we're becoming. So those past experiences, whether it was a job you just hated or a really bad relationship, you know, with a boyfriend or girlfriend, or bad relationship with family members, siblings, cousins, aunts, whoever, all of these past experiences are kind of building up, and I love the analogy of they weave together to kind of create this tapestry in your life. So all of those push forward into what your purpose is. So take a look back and think, what past experiences have I had, positive or negative? What did I get out of it, or what was the outcome of that? And then you'll see how it starts fitting together into your purpose and who you are. So I love what Kathy said, God appoints the pain and the victory in us. And it's so true. That pain and that victory definitely overcomes. And that's another thing about pain, is that when you hold on to it and you don't turn it into something that you can use for a greater good, then you allow yourself to become a victim as opposed to becoming a victor or a conqueror who overcame this pain, overcame this trial, and can now help others. So another thing that I want to recommend when you're trying to figure out your purpose is to be persistent. Because it's not like you wake up one day and you have this aha moment, or one thing happens and you go, ta-da! This is it. This is my purpose. I woke up. I've got it. I know it. I live it. It's a lot of experiences and trial and error and trying new things and putting yourself out there to find your purpose. So you have to be persistent. You just have to know that, I think most of us have this desire to contribute to other lives and to be a part of a greater good and to live our best and to our fullest and to feel joy and to feel like you're truly making a difference. So in finding that and doing that, you have to be persistent and you have to get up each day and think of, what am I going to do today? What is the ideal life I want to live? And how do I get closer to that? And just don't let things, get you back. And I think don't settle. Definitely don't settle for, well, this is just the way it is. This is just the way life goes. This is just the job I have. I don't love it, but this is just my life. That's not living in your purpose. That is allowing yourself to be kind of a victim of circumstance and live in mediocrity. And I definitely don't think that we were put here to just get by day to day. I think we are here for a purpose, and that is to contribute and to live for others, to live and glorify God and share the message that He's given us and to give people hope. And so be persistent in trial and error, and don't be afraid to try new things. Try things that you're excited about. Try things that you are curious about, because that's how you discover your passions, and that's how you learn and you grow, and that's where you find purpose. And the last thing that I want to say when you're trying to find that calling and that purpose to keep in mind would be your priorities. So for me, my family is my priority, my family and my faith. So my calling and my purpose should not be something that interferes with those priorities. So if your family is your number one priority and spending time with them and having this amazing relationship and connection with your family, your purpose shouldn't be something that is going to pull you away from your family, causing you to travel or work long hours to where you get no quality time with your family. Granted, there's times where we have to put in long hours or we might have to travel, but if what you feel like you're doing is in conflict with your number one priority, then it's probably not the right thing for you. If your family's number one and this is causing your family to be in distress and in hardship, then it's probably not the right thing. So as you try new things, evaluate, is this what's best for my priority? Whether it be faith or family or your health, look at what you're doing and see, does it encourage and benefit and add to your priority, your family, your health, your faith, whatever it is. And there's no right or wrong priority, by the way, but are you contributing to it, or are you pulling away from your priority? Are you damaging it or putting hardship on it? Because that will give you a big clue as to whether or not you are finding or living within your purpose. So thank you guys so much for jumping on. This was probably a little bit longer, but it's something I get excited about because I know that we all have a purpose, and I get excited to see people finding and living in their purpose, and we all have a message to share. We've all been through experiences that build us to who we are, and we have something to contribute to the lives of others. So I hope you found this helpful. Please be what am I trying to say? Please don't be afraid to share this or, comment even after I'm done and this isn't live anymore and you're watching the rebroadcast. You can definitely comment below. But you guys have a great day. Happy Wednesday. And I will be back again soon, hopefully tomorrow or maybe even later today, because I had some healthy recipes that people were asking for that I wanted to share. So you guys have a great day. You're welcome, Kathy. Thanks for getting on. I will talk to you later. Bye.